Welcome back to another video, everyone. We finally did it. We're now in the Copper Age, if you couldn't tell by the cape on my back. It's actually the first time I've updated my world since starting it on 21.5, so I'm really excited to experience some new blocks and features that I've been missing out on. And I actually have something I'm pretty proud of planned for this video that uses a lot of those items. Obviously, you saw the thumbnail. It's going to be a windmill and be a hub of sorts for a lot of automatic farms. So let's not waste any time and jump right into it. At the end of my last video, I showed that I had begun terraforming the land over this bridge. Since then, I've made even more progress. A lot, actually. And that's because I finally spawned a wither and got a beacon. Here's how it went down. So, I fully intended on showing the first-person gameplay of this fight, but I must have deleted the file when I was clearing out my previous video's files. But luckily, I also ran a flashback. Yeah, I would say that went better than I thought it would. I don't even think I took any damage. But now that we have a beacon, it's going to help speed up the process of terraforming this terrain. Let's continue by doing just that. With a lot of the blocks removed from the mound, we are left with a much smaller hill. But let's face it, in this state, it's still, well, hideous. So let's place blocks back down and fix that by making some cliffs and rocks. And to make those cliffs and rocks, I'm going to be using light gray wool for the highlights, mossy cobble, regular cobble, andesite, some stone, as well as tough and cobbled deep slate for the shadowed areas. Well, it's been a few days since I started terraforming this mound, and what I've been left with is, well, a really cool looking hill and a ton of double chests full of stone. Yeah, it's a lot. But what I think I'm going to do is something I actually never do. And that is to block out this entire build with some of this stone first to give you guys a better sense of how it was designed. Because I didn't look at a single reference beforehand and instead blocked it out using simple shapes. Excuse me, sir. Hey now, let's all calm down. Oops. I was thinking this foundation will be for a small shack where the caretaker of the windmill lives. And turning around, this one will be for the windmill. With the shapes roughed in, we can begin to see the scale of everything. You know, scale is something I think I've been struggling with, even after all these years of playing this game. Here, the shack couldn't be too big or tall in relation to the windmill without making it look off. I think I did a pretty decent job here, though. But now we can start imagining the details. And for the windmill, I knew I wanted it to be a stone foundation with wraparound wooden balconies about a third way up. And I thought it would be cool to have them covered with a roofline. So let's go ahead and start converting these stone shapes into something a little more presentable. And like that, we're back. And I wanted to show you guys the progress I've made. As you can see, we've gone ahead and beefed up the foundation, added in some decorative archways, and went ahead and textured some of the stone bits. Now, let's add the balconies. Hello, boys. How are we doing today? Looking for a time-traveling spaceman? Nope, haven't seen him. Well guys, there's been a tragedy. The other day was Halloween, and if you didn't know, on Halloween, mobs have a chance to spawn with pumpkins on their heads. For the past couple years, I've liked to capture a few of them and name them after the years they were caught. So you can see here, I've caught a few. I got these 3 here, and this guy over here. But if you notice, this horse doesn't have a name. That's right, Apollo is gone. I rode him over to the village to buy name tags, and as I was riding over there, my wife asked to see the mobs with pumpkins on their heads. So I jumped off Apollo and immediately entered free cam to show her, but none spawned, very strangely. So when I exited free cam right beside Apollo, a creeper exploded on us and killed him. I know, it's so sad. So here we have a new name tag, Apollo 7, after the second Apollo mission. Okay, let's get back to building. To speed up the progress a bit, I've gone ahead and put the finishing touches on the shack here. No, there's no interior yet, that will come later. But I've also removed the top portion of the windmill so that it will be easier to finish. So let's continue. Man, that looks good. You can see we've added a gradient from stone to diorite all the way to bone block at the top, as well as added a domed deep slate roof. And back on the ground, I've added this deck area with a cloth canopy. But what's missing is the thing that makes a windmill, the blade. And in order to construct it, I thought it would be fun to jump into the Nether and hunt for a dried ghast, and use the happy ghast to help build it. So I did just that and headed into the Nether. Whoa, hey, what are you doing in here, buddy? Let me just get rid of that real quick. After getting attacked by that random spider, I headed in the direction of my desert portal, because the surrounding biomes were more likely not to have been generated yet. To get there, I've created a tunnel along the top of the Nether just below the ceiling, and it takes a good 5 to 7 minutes to run there. At the desert portal, I noticed a ghast had spawned and had the brilliant idea of trying to get the new music disc from the Return to Sender achievement. Let me show you how pro I am at this game. First try, here we go. Why? Why am I so bad at this game? Between failing at getting the music disc, I searched around the numerous bone blocks for the dried ghast, many of which happened to be floating above lava. I searched for a good 30 minutes before... Oh my gosh, finally, dude. Back in the overworld, I took the dried ghast over to the pond area. Also, side note, look how good the windmill looks from a distance. And found a spot to waterlog it. So I waited. And waited. And waited some more. Hey, there he is. Alright, come on, buddy. Okay, I'll put you right here. And I think they like snowballs. Whoa! Sorry, buddy. Yeah, he just keeps going, doesn't he? Okay, there he is. Now let's get the saddle. You know, he's slow, but he's not as slow as everybody makes him out to be. Okay, let's build the blade. This looks so good! The shelves, coupled with the trapdoors, are perfect in this scenario. Alright, we're almost done for now, but I, decided to do something really stupid. Ever since I started planning this project, I always wanted to have the entire build surrounded by sunflowers. But it couldn't just be sunflowers. No. There had to be tall and short grass as well. For a little variation, you know? I know, I'm an idiot. But it will be worth it, right? Okay, with one last time lapse, let's go. Would I recommend doing this to anyone else? No, I don't think I would. This is over an hour of just placing sunflowers. Definitely not fun. Not fun at all. But I also wanted to take this time to thank you for watching my video. If you made it this far, write sunflower in the comments below. But seriously, thank you. This project has been brewing in my mind since day one of this world, and I'm super proud of it. So if you've enjoyed the video, consider subscribing and liking the video. And if you have any other questions or comments, leave them below as well. Until next time, bye now.